Okay, so let us start this. I think till here we discussed so many cases of friction and all, correct now? And we try to learn what will happen with friction, minimum value of friction, hemispherical ball, and I gave this question. Okay, today our, as usual, major discussion will be based on types. 1 minute, what has happened? Today, our usual discussion will start with some more depth of the questions. We are going to little bit think about some more parts of the questions. Okay, and first problem which I am going to discuss today specifically is the chain problem. Okay, the next important problem which we call it as chain problem. Okay, means what we are doing, we are taking one table. Okay, and on this table, okay, we are placing one chain, right or not, which is hanging like this way, right or not. Okay, and I'm saying that total mass of the chain is equal to capital M, while total length of the chain is equal to capital L. Is that clear or not? Question arises that how much maximum length of the chain can hang from this table. Question arises how much maximum length can hang from this. 1 minute. From this table. So let's assume that this length is x, which can hang from the table. Okay, this distance is how much, x, and it has mass how much, m dash, and this part, the part which is present on the table, has mass how much, m double dash, and its length is how much, l minus x, right or not. Okay, 1 minute, I'll just silent my phone, right or not. So one is m double dash whose length is l minus x, another one is m dash whose length is how much, x. Question arises that how much length it should be there, means how much this x max is possible such that this chain will not fall. Basic idea is very simple, sir. We can see that this chain, its mass, its weight will be vertically downwards, and over here it will be how much, m dash g, and due to that there will be some tension in the upward direction, correct or not. This particular point, there will be some tension over here. Now this point will pull this point with the same tension or not. Hai ki nahi? Hariom, this point will pull this particular part with the same tension, yes or no, and that will be balanced by my frictional force. Are you able to get me or not? Here what will be present, frictional force will be present. Is that clear? Now if I look for x max, for x max, tension must be equal to m dash g, and this tension will be also equal to maximum frictional force or not, means you are pulling maximally, So I should balance also, means see, system will try to oppose this motion till maximum frictional force, and till that maximum frictional force only your maximum hanging length can be present. Are you able to get? This is why I write T is equal to how much? F max. Are you able to get me? Or you can say that if you want to talk about inequality, means the chain should not fall. So you should also say that F max must be greater than how much? Tension T, such that the chain will not fall. Are you able to get me or not? Now, what is the maximum value of friction? Mu into N, which must be greater than tension T, which is how much? M dash G. Mu N is how much? Normal over here. This normal is equal to M double dash G. Are you able to get me or not? So, M double dash G greater than equal to M dash G. G cancel. Mu is greater than M dash by M double dash. Now question arises how to find M dash by M double dash. So I can use, see, I can use lambda. Okay, you know the word lambda. Lambda is called as linear mass density. What it is called as? Linear mass density. One day I'll talk about this, or I'll share one video on this particular mass densities. Okay, you just go through that. That is the finest video ever I have created. Okay, go through this mass density forms. So lambda is equal to, written as bigger mass by bigger length is equal to a small mass m dash by a small length, which is how much? X, and that is equal to another small mass m double dash by the distance how much? L minus x. So if you take the ratio of m dash by m double dash, what you can see, it is equal to simply x by L minus x. You can put it over here, and what you will get as mu must be greater than x by L minus x. If you solve it, what you are going to get? You'll send it over here. So this means that x must be less than or equal to mu L divided by 1 plus mu. Means this much only must be the length of the thread which can hang from the table, such that the chain will not fall on the ground. Is that clear or not clear? Is this clear, Balaks? See, simple idea is there. ये density, this density factor you guys got to know or not? हाँ, idea is simple, very simple. I want some hanging part from the table. How much maximum this can hang? So simple idea is that if it is hanging, its weight will be balanced by this tension force or not. Correct? Now, this same tension will be present on this particle, conjugative particle, in this horizontal direction. And since this particle is trying, means this particle, what is happening over here, that this is stable, this is one of the parts of the chain, and this is other part of the chain. So this chain is pulling this particle or not, with upward direction of tension T, and this is traveling towards this direction of tension T. Are you able to get me or not? Say me something. Now, if this whole thing is pulled by tension T, who will hold it? Some frictional force will hold it. I want that how much this should be maximum. Arre Baba, this should be that much maximum which can be balanced by my maximum frictional force. Means this chain will stop, means this chain will be on the rest on the table till this friction is F max or not. Because after F max it will change to what? F kinetic. And F kinetic means what? Chain is falling down. Are you able to get me or not? So this is why I am saying that, okay, this is what I am saying, that tension for this hanging part must be equal to its weight, but this tension must be less than my F max, such that my chain should not slip. And tension is M dash G. You can use F max mu into N. N is M double dash G, M dash G, and you can put this and get this answer. Is this clear or not clear? Clear? I can't hear you. Who asked me the doubt? Is this clear? और ग्रंथ कैसे हो? अभी कौन सी वेद की पढ़ाई चल रही है? ग्रंथ बोलेगा सर इसीलिए मैं आपकी क्लास में नहीं आता हूँ. So this part is clear. We have done hemispherical ball, minimum force, this block and all. I think this chain problem is also correct. Now, let us move to one more question. Okay, one more type. And okay, let's do this. Time dependent force type of question. Okay, let's suppose there are two blocks kept on ground, rough ground, and they are joined together by some kind of block. This is block of mass 1 kg, and this is block of mass 2 kg. I am applying a time dependent force F equal to 2t, and here the value of mu is 0.5, and here the value of mu is 0.6. Are you able to get me or not? Instantly at t is equal to 0, they are at rest. Then find the value of tension force, comma, frictional force, and acceleration at, first question, t is equal to 1 second, t is equal to I think this is this is 5t, not 2t. Okay, this is 5t. At t is equal to 1 second, t is equal to 2 second, and at third question, t is equal to 3 second. Tell me what will be the answer. Try this, just 1 minute. ठीक? 1 second पे टेंशन, सोचो, सोच के बताओ. हाँ हाँ, तो बीच में ही तो टेंशन रहेगा ना. टेंशन कहाँ रहेगा मेरे भाई, बीच में ही रहेगा ना ग्रंथ. टेंशन जीरो होना चाहिए. ठीक है, सोच लिया, मान लिया, चलो आगे बढ़ो. तो टेंशन की वैल्यू क्या होनी चाहिए? सेम रहनी चाहिए, जीरो होनी चाहिए, या फिर बदलनी चाहिए? कोई और बता पाएगा कि मैं बनाऊं? सुरुचि. तो बेटा फंस गए तुम लोग इस क्वेश्चन में. इसीलिए बोला जाता है मेरा नाम है जाहिल अनुराग सर, है ना। तो हम देख लें लाइव कैसा चल रहा है। लाइव तो हमारा पवन सिंह का गाना चल रहा है। ठीक है। भाई ये लाइव स्ट्रीम तो हो रहा है, लेकिन ये लाइव स्ट्रीम कहाँ पे सेव हो रहा है मेरे को मालूम भी नहीं चल पा रहा है। ठीक है। ओके, नाउ लुक ओवर हियर। सी, मैं बनाऊं इस क्वेश्चन को, बनाओगे कोई और ट्राई देगा? ग्रंथ सही हो थोड़ा बहुत, सही जा रहे थे। हाँ हरिओम बोलो। तीनों में एक्सेलरेशन जीरो होगी? तो ये जो तुमने बात, हाँ ये जो तुमने बात बोली एकदम कतई सत्य बोली। तीनों में ही एक्सेलरेशन जीरो। हम्म। तो एक बार देखा जाए, चलो। तो इसका जो एफ लिमिटिंग है वो कितना है? हाउ मच इज दिस एफ लिमिटिंग? हाउ मच इज दिस एफ लिमिटिंग? म्यू into n, correct? Mu into n will be how much? Mu is how much? 0.5 into 2 into how much? 10. How much is this? 10 Newton. अच्छा, how much is this F limiting? कितना होगा? Mu into n, इसका, हाँ 0.6 into 1 into 10. How much is that? 6 Newton. Now look over here. Total limiting force is how much? 16 Newton or not? In any case, if I apply 1 second, it is 5 Newton. 2 second, it is 10 Newton. 3 second, it is 15 Newton. None of the case the external force is more than 16 Newton, because this whole body, this system will accelerate. I can write this directly. Look over here. I can write total F limiting is how much Newton? F limiting 1 plus F limiting 2. Basically, that is equal to 16 Newton. And in none of the case, my force applied, in none of the case, F applied is more than or equal to 16 Newton. So therefore, acceleration in all cases, it will be how much? 0 meter per second square. Same is something, yes or no? Till this it is clear or not clear? Now, I'll take the first situation. Situation 1, when F is equal to, see, at t is equal to 1 second. At t, let's suppose this is block 1 and this is block 2. Is that clear? So at t is equal to 1 second, my force applied is how much Newton? Is basically 5 Newton, correct? Now you look over here, the limiting force of first block itself, F limiting of my first block itself is more than my F applied or not? Are semi something, yes or no? So F limiting of 1 is more than F applied. Basically F applied is how much Newton? 10 Newton. So it is basically how much? Basically if you look over here, this is how much Newton? Uh, so this implies I can say that, see, can you hear me or not, guys? F limiting is how much? 10. F limiting is how much? 10. But F applied is how much? 5 Newton only or not? So this means what will be present? A static friction will be present, and that must be equal to how much? 5 Newton itself or not? So idea is that when you applied this force, the first thing which appears on the block is friction but not tension. Means you will compare first thing with friction first of all. You will check the value of friction first of all. Then you will go to the idea of tension. Here I applied 5 Newton and my body is able to adjust through the static friction of how much Newton? 5 Newton. So what will happen to the tension? Tension will become 0. F static on my block B or F friction on my block B will become how much? 0 exactly. Did you get my point or not? Are you able to get me or not? Reply me louder, yes or no. Did you understood? Means I applied 5 Newton. For that 5 Newton, I will not check tension first of all. I'll check my friction. If friction is able to balance that applied external force, then tension will automatically become how much? Zero. Tension will never be present in that system. Is that clear or not? Tension will appear when your if applied on this body, on this particular first body is more than my static, is more than my limiting frictional force. Is that clear or not clear? So let's check case 2. Okay. Case 2, F applied at t is equal to 2 seconds is how much Newton? 10 Newton. Now this is exactly, therefore F limiting of 1 is exactly equal to F applied. Same is something, yes or no? So which friction will appear? This implies directly F limiting will appear, which will be how much? 10 Newton. Again, I can balance my 10 Newton. So therefore, what will happen? Net tension will become 0. Net acceleration will become 0. And frictional force on my second block will also become how much? 0. Is that clear or not clear? Semi Balak something, yes or no? Can you understand this or not? Means these are the conclusions which we have to draw. Now, go to the third part. At t is equal to 3 seconds. Now what will happen? F applied is equal to 15 Newton. But this F applied is more than my limiting friction of first block or not. Say me something, yes or no? So on the first block, but I'll have to write, but this F applied, see, wait, let me write it properly. This F applied, okay, is more than my F limiting on my first block, but it is definitely less than combined F limiting of first block plus F limiting of second block. Now say me something, yes or no? So is the bodies are is the bodies are going to accelerate? Though the bodies are never ever going to accelerate. Why? Because F limiting combined is very large. Are you able to get me or not? Say me something, yes or no? So what will happen then? Now from this I can draw the conclusion that on the second block, means frictional force on my first block is going to be equal to exactly how much Newton? More than. Is it possible that on listen, or is this possible on this 2 kg more than 10 Newton force can be present? No. So frictional force on 1 will change to still remain F limiting of 1, and that will be how much Newton? 10 Newton. Is that clear or not? Now this is 15, this has been balanced by 10. How much is left out? How much is left out is 5 Newton. So that will be balanced by my tension, which is how much? 5 Newton. Then only the net acceleration of this 2 kg will become 0 or not. Did everyone got this idea or not? Say me something, yes or no? Got it? श्रुति क्लियर हुआ? लास्ट वाला में देख, मैंने क्या बोला, देख सब दो पार्ट तो क्लियर है. तीसरे पार्ट में, in the third part, what is the problem? In t is equal to 3 seconds, I applied 15 Newton, which is more than 10 Newton, but not more than combined 16 Newton. Is that clear or not? So what will happen? 2 kg friction cannot be more than 10 Newton. Got it or not? Maximum value of static friction force will be 10 Newton. So what it will do? It will adjust with 10 Newton. Means this 2 kg, what it is going to do? It will tell that, okay, what you do is on this 2 kg, wait, let me put the shapes over here. Okay. Means on these 2 kg, what will happen? That I applied how much Newton force? I applied 15 Newton, correct? But maximum frictional force that can be present is how much? Some less value. Wait, like this, let me draw. See, this is my 2 kg. You applied how much Newton? 15. But what can happen? Maximally, I can get only how much Newton? 10 Newton. Left out is how much? 5 Newton, such that then only this acceleration will be 0 or not. So that 5 Newton will be adjusted by whom? That 5 Newton will be adjusted by this tension force over here, which is going to be equal to how much Newton? 5 Newton. Is that clear or not? Which will be present on this as T is equal to 5 Newton. And look on this 1 kg. This 5 Newton is not more than the limiting frictional force of this 1 kg. So what will happen? On this, again, the frictional force static will be how much? 0, because, sorry, not 0. This static frictional force will be exactly equal to how much? This time, 5 Newton, such as to balance this 5 Newton in backward direction. Are you able to get me or not? And then only net acceleration of the whole system will be how much? 0. Is that clear or not clear? Say me something, yes or no? समझ में आया? तो अपने को when there are combined system, I have to look for all the types of forces present over there. Is that clear or not? Okay, I have to check for each and every case what is happening. Okay, I'll take one more combined case. So this was the combined case on a horizontal plane. Let's take a combined case. Two body on an inclined plane. Two body problem on what, Palaks? Inclined plane. Are you able to get me or not? Okay. 1 minute. What is happening? Okay. So two body problem on an inclined. Let's suppose I consider an inclined plane. Balaks, can you understand this or not? अच्छा ऐसा ऐसा क्वेश्चन पकड़ने में ना, जो छोटे मोटे जो टीचरवा सब होते हैं, उनका तो क्या पता है, मतलब रिलायंस स्मार्ट बाजार से जाके उनके लिए मामी पोको पैंट्स लेकर आना पड़ेगा। समझ में आया कि नहीं आया? क्या बोल रहे हो हम? सही बोल रहे हैं कि नहीं बोल रहे हैं? कोई हाँ में ना नहीं मिला है यार। असल अब मान लो ऐसे ही दो मासेस को मैंने लेके ऐसे सजा दिया इंक्लाइन, ठीक है। एक है मान लो मास m1, मटका 1। लेट्स सपोज दिस इज मास m1 and this is mass m2, and this surface of this inclined plane is perfectly rough. Okay, and this angle is theta. Let's suppose here coefficient of friction is mu1 and here coefficient of friction is mu2. Now look over here. Update. Now look over here. Can I just see? Means if they try to move on this surface, so on top of both of them, they will again generate a contact force N or not. Say me something, yes or no? Correct now. If they are in contact, they will have also contact force, which one? N. The question arises, what will be this value of N? Now this value of N depends on so many things. First scenario, when mu1 is equal to mu2 is equal to how much? Mu. Achha, if I look on an inclined plane, acceleration, normally the acceleration on an inclined plane is given as what? See, if I look onto an inclined plane, if I place a block on an inclined plane, okay, so this is mass m, and so look over here, this will be what? Mg, this is theta, this will be mg sine theta, and this one will be, let's suppose if it is accelerating, this will be how much? Mu mg cos theta, correct? Because normal is mu mg cos, normal is equal to mg cos theta. So what will be its acceleration? Pulling force mg sin theta minus mu mg how much? Cos theta. Say me something, yes or no? Balaks, are you able to get me or not? So A is equal to how much? Mg common, and sin theta minus how much? Mu cos theta. That is the normal acceleration equation, correct? Look over here. Here if I, sorry, divide by mass cancel over. So mass will not be there. G sin theta minus mu cos theta. So look over here. If mu1 is equal to mu2 is equal to mu, so acceleration of takes first block will be how much? G sin theta minus mu cos theta. A2 will be how much? G sin theta minus mu cos theta. Now look over here. Let's do one experiment. Okay, one more experiment. Beta, you guys look into the experiment. Let's suppose two masses are there. M1, M2, and this is angle theta, and this is a smooth surface. Which kind of surface, Balak? Smooth. Now look over here on this inclined plane. If you consider masses and the surface is smooth, acceleration of both of the blocks will be similarly equal to g sin theta only or not, which is independent of what? Blocks. Lala, say me something, yes or no? It is independent of mass of blocks or not? So what happens if you can, means you can see that, see, pulling force of m1 is what? m1 g sin theta. m1 से divide कर दिया mass, m1 cancel, बचा क्या? G sin theta. So this means that if I consider on an inclined plane two different blocks, three different blocks, even let's suppose compare, let's take an example of an ant and elephant. On an inclined plane, if it is smooth, they are all going to fall with same acceleration, and that is how much? G sin theta. Clear or not clear till over here? Any kind of confusion? Hariom, Suruchi, Abhiraj, any confusion? Means acceleration on the inclined plane, you cannot find a common. Why? Because if you look into a common, no one is pushing anyone. No one is pushing anyone. M2 is not pushing M1. Or let's suppose, let's do one thing. Even if you think of a common, total pulling force is how much? M1 G sin theta plus M2 G sin theta divided by what? M1 plus M2. How many masses are moving? M1 plus M2. So I can write now M1 plus M2 as common G sin theta divided by M1 plus M2. Again, you saw what? They got cancelled. What I am getting? G sin theta. Means if there are and if there is an elephant on a smooth inclined plane, both of them are going to fall with same acceleration independent of their mass. Now this gives a great conclusion. The great conclusion is, let's suppose the father of physics, father of Newton, Dr. Anurag sir, took the zoom view of this picture. Wait, this is theta, this is M1. So look over here. This is M1 G sin theta. If you look on, this is M2. So this is M2 G sin theta. This is M2. Now, let's assume that someone M2 would have been pressing M1. So the normal will be in this direction and this will be like this way, right or not? And M1 will have equal and opposite reaction on M2. Let's call this to be this way. Send me something else or no? So if I want to find its value of normal, this is accelerating with acceleration A. So how to find its values? I'll just write its equation. See, the pulling force is m1 g sin theta plus normal n is equal to mass m1 into acceleration A, which is g sin theta. What happens over here? What I found out? Normal to be 0. Now that is a great conclusion. What I found out, if I see there are two blocks m1 and m2 on an horizontal plane, if they are applying some, if they are moving with same acceleration, basically m1 is pressing m2, but on an inclined plane neither one of them is pressing anyone. Means if this is a smooth surface, the contact force between these two blocks, this n, is going to be how much? 0. Is that clear or not? None of the blocks is pressing any other blocks. Say me something, yes or clear or not? Are you able to get me? They are independent. But here, now, as you saw, again, in case 1, they have a common acceleration. Say me something, yes or no? A1 is equal to A2. So this means that what I can say, this implies the value of normal is equal to 0. Means the blocks are not pressing each other. मेरा छोटा भाई मैं अपने छोटे भाई को पढ़ा रहा हूँ, इसी में वो लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग देख रहा है। साले मेरे ये सब बातें सुन के ना ऐसे बिगड़ मत जाना, डांटूंगा मारूंगा भी तेरे को, ये बात याद रखना। अहमद समझ लेना कि मैं रूड इंसान नहीं हूँ, रुतबा है मेरा, ठीक है। बोले मैं, बात है कि नहीं, प्यार से पढ़ा रहा हूँ, है कि नहीं। हाँ ग्रंथ, क्या क्या सर क्या बन रहे हैं? हाँ, अभी हम पुकी बन के पढ़ा रहे हैं, लेकिन जब हम घर में घुसेंगे तो हम तुम्हारे बड़े भाई कहलाएंगे, और उस समय कृपया नजरें नीचे झुका के रखना, है ना। ऐसा ऐसा घुसूंगा, पैर पे पहले सर पटक देना, बोलना अनुराग आय नमः, गॉड और नॉट, है कि नहीं हरिओम? सही बात है ना। वही। हाँ हाँ। हाँ, अरे मैं ऐसे पढ़ा रहा हूँ, फ्लो फ्लो में जोक कर दे रहा हूँ, वो डरेगा ही नहीं मेरे से अब। तुम लोग बोला करो यार, अनुराग सर बी सीरियस इन लाइफ, वर्ड और नॉट। नाउ केस 2, व्हेन mu1 is greater than mu2. Now a1 will be written as g sin theta minus mu1 cos theta, and a2 will be written as g sin theta minus mu2 cos theta. Look over here, mu1 is more than mu2, so basically this implies that acceleration a1 is less than a2 or not. Take opposite. First scenario, take opposite, mu1 less than mu2. So what will happen if mu1 is less than mu2? So acceleration, no, we were doing correct, mu1 greater than mu2. So a1 greater than it, a1 less than it. Till this, is this clear? Means I selected mu1 to be, means this to be more than mu2. So what will happen? Acceleration of this block will be less as compared to acceleration of this block or not. Means m1 will move slower. This implies that m1 m1 ए किसी का माइक ऑन है? हरिओम माइक बंद कर लो। Now m1 moves slower while m2 moves faster, है ना। m1 is what? Slower, m2 is what? Faster. Now if this is the scenario, then what will happen? Again same idea will be happening now, that normal will become how much? 0. Why normal will become 0? Because m2 is fast, means this is going away while this one is slowing down, so there will be no contact left. So again normal will become how much? 0. So this one will again say that the blocks are not pressing each other. The blocks are not pressing each other. Is this clear or not clear? Tell me. Clear? Okay. 1 minute. ऐसा फील हो रहा है कि मेरा आईफोन का बटन सब अंदर घुस गया है। मैं अभी पानी से साफ किया था। अबे यार, नहीं यार, मैं ऐसे ही ले लिया था। मैं तो आईफोन लेने का कुछ प्लान व्लान नहीं था। अभिषेक भैया ने जिद करके दिलवा दिया था। क्या? बोल बोल। हाँ, अरे वही, मैं मेरे को लेने का मन नहीं था। वो अपना फोन खरीदे, फिर मेरे को जबरदस्ती दिला दिया, ले ले बेटा ले, तू भी ले। मैं बोला अब क्या करूँ। तो ठीक है, अच्छा लग रहा है आईफोन चला के ऐसे ऐसे। अमीर लोगों की यही खासियत होती है बेटा। समझे? अरे मोटरोला अभी भी मेरा फेवरेट है यार। ये सब आईफोन वाईफोन दे देंगे मतलब, छोटे भाई को दे देंगे। डॉक्टर बन जा, ले लियो। ठीक है, ज्यादा प्रेस हो। ठीक है, कैन आई मूव अहेड? लुक ओवर हियर। So I got the meaning of this two body problem on incline. Is that clear? Now, third case, we were going to discuss third case. Okay. Third case is when when this mu1 is less than mu2. If mu1 is less than mu2, what you can find that acceleration of 1 is more than acceleration of 2. And if acceleration of 1 is more than acceleration of 2, this means that block 1 is pressing block 2. This means what? Block 1 is pressing block 2. Are you able to get me or not? Say me something, yes or no? So here in this scenario, normal is equal to not equal to how much? 0. So we'll take one example of this. Go ahead or not? Okay. One minute. I'll take one example of this. Just 1 minute. It says that 1 minute, not this. Here. क्या क्या क्या? जुम आ रहा है उसको। अरे वो गूगल मीट में तुम उसको छोटा करो। देखो ये ऐसा क्रॉप श्रिंक दिस स्टाइल करके कहा रहा होगा, उसको श्रिंक कर दो। और तुमने 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 जो पिन किया हुआ है ना, पिन अलग किया हुआ है। तुम ये जो स्क्रीन प्रेजेंटेशन है उसको पिन करो अपने फोन पे। हम्म, ठीक। अब देखो, लुक ओवर हियर, लेट्स सपोज दिस इज incline plane and I place two blocks. Okay. One is 2 kg, another one is 1 kg. For this, the value of mu is 0.2 and for this the value of mu is 0.5, and this theta is 37 degree. Okay or not? Then question is, find the contact force between the blocks and acceleration of the blocks. Find the contact force between the blocks and the acceleration of blocks. Okay, do it fast. One minute. Try to do this question. Try to do this question fast. एट 8.5 ऐसा कुछ तो नहीं है. एक्सेलरेशन कितना? नहीं, 3.5 भी नहीं हुआ. वे तू पता नहीं सही भी बोल रहा होगा, मैं तो फोन चलाने में व्यस्त हूँ. रुक जा, देखने दे. एक्सेलरेशन एक्सेलरेशन कितना बोल रहे हो तुम? 54/15 ऐसा कुछ आ रहा है क्या? नहीं, एक्सेलरेशन 54/15 ऐसा कुछ आ रहा है क्या? 54/15 आ रहा होगा. मम्मी कॉल करा था, नहीं रुक जाता, नहीं क्लास लेता नहीं. ठीक बा. अगर 54/15 आ रहा है तो सही है. और किसी का आया 54/15? कितना आया है? 54/15. Let me check. See, first of all, I have to find F limiting. पहले तो F limiting निकालो. किसी भी क्वेश्चन में, any question of friction, your first task is to find F limiting. If you look into F limiting, that is going to be how much? F limiting of first block plus F limiting of second block, correct? F limiting of first block, let's suppose this is first block and this is which block? Second block. F limiting of first block will be how much? Mu m1 g cos theta plus mu, okay, mu is different. So mu1 m1. So mu2 m2 g cos theta. G cos theta is same. So 10 into cos 37. How much is that? 4 by 5. And mu1 is how much? 0.5. Mass is 1 kg. Second one is 2 kg. And mu is 0.2. So this is basically 0.5 plus 0.4, which is 0.9. 5 2s are 10. So this is 2 into 4 into 0.9. 2 5s are 10. Hey, please mute your mic. So basically this is 36 by 5 Newton. Quite or not? Now if I look for F required, second part is F required. Required friction to stop this is the weight component of 2 kg plus weight component of 1 kg along the inclined plane or not. Say me something, yes or no? Balaks, if I take the weight component of both of these blocks, that is only my stopping frictional force or not. See, both of them have some forces along the incline. 2 kg will try to press 1 kg. So basically that will be how much? 2 plus 1 g sine 37. Are you able to get me or not? Say me something, yes or no? Suruchi, yes or no? समझ में आ रहा है ना? So required friction is how much? Basically 2 plus 1 g sine 37. 2 plus 1 is how much? 3 into 10 into sine 37 is 3 by 5. 5 2s are 10, 3 2s are 6 2s are 12 Newton. And this is how much? 5 5 7s are 35, 7.2 Newton. So basically you can see that F required is more than F limiting. So this means that bodies will accelerate. First of all, first conclusion, correct? Every time you have to repeat this step. If you will not repeat it, 99% chance is there that you will do incorrect answer. Okay, so common means I can find common acceleration. Again, Anurag sir theorem, to find common acceleration you can use the formula. Sir, simple idea is there. A common is equal to total pulling force, which is basically 2 plus 1 g sine 37 minus kinetic friction of first block, which is basically mu1 m1 g cos 37 minus kinetic friction of second block mu2 m2 g cos 37. Okay, divided by total mass moving. How much is the mass moving? 2 plus 1. Is that clear or not? So this is how much? 12 mu1 m1g we have already added. This is how much? 36 by 5 divided by how much? 3. So look over here. 60 minus 36. How much is that? अबे करो बे. 24. So this is 24 by how much? 5 into 3. And 3 sevens are, so 3 sevens are 21. Correct? And this one is how much? 18 ka chok, 8 by 5 meter per second as far as. Correct? Means let it be in fraction only. Now, if I know my common acceleration, I can resolve any of the blocks on this inclined plane or not. Correct? I can resolve Balaks. See. Now, if I look into the zoom view, what is your idea? When you are going for a zoom view, just separate these bodies. This is your 2 kg and this is your 1 kg. Got it? Just separate these bodies. Right or not? 2 kg, 1 kg. Now, if you look into the pulling force of 1 kg, it is its own pulling force. which is 1g sine 37. Its opposing force is kinetic friction. Okay, and it's accelerating along this direction. So basically 2 kg is pushing it by a normal force F. Is that clear or not? This is acceleration A and this is F, kinetic of 1. Are you able to get me or not? So now I can write its equation of motion. Its equation of motion will be written as what? Simple. Pulling force 1g sine 37 minus kinetic friction force plus normal n is equal to 1 into acceleration. If you put this, you can get the normal or not. So what is this? 10 into 3 by 5 minus kinetic friction of first block. We have calculated mu1 m1g cos theta. I can again write it. I'll again write it. This is basically 0.5 into 1 into 10. Wait, let me write it in a small fonts. 0.5 into 1 into, what is happening? Why it is not writing? Okay, 0.5 into 1 into 10 into cos 37, which is basically 5 into 4 by 5, which is how much Newton? 4 Newton basically. Are you able to get me or not? So 3 by 5 minus 4 plus n is equal to mass is how much? 1 kg into acceleration 8 by 5. So this is how much? 5 2s are 10. So 3 2s are 6 minus 4. How much is that? 2 plus n is equal to 8 by 5. And n is equal to, hey, I'm getting different answer. Is I'm doing any mistake? क्या क्या क्या? अच्छा ये 18 है क्या? कहाँ भाई? अच्छा यहाँ पे, अच्छा यहाँ पे क्या? ओके ओके ओके, यहाँ पे, यहाँ पे। अच्छा ये 18 है। अच्छा उससे उससे कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, उससे हमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं। दिस इज 18 न्यूटन, ओके। So here actually I have to check if kinetic 1 is I am doing any silly mistake. Wait, let me write the equation once again. 1g sine 37 is how much? Put it 10 into 3 by 5. How much is that? 6 Newton. Got it or not? And kinetic friction of 1 is how much? This is 0.5. So 0.5 mu m is 1 kg, gravity is 10, and cos 37, correct? So basically this is how much? 5 by 10, 5 into 4 by 5, which is how much Newton? Basically this is I'm calculating acceleration, correct? Acha, yes. Okay, 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 okay. Now I got it. This is 18. So this is 9, 90 minus 36 by 5. तो इस एक्सेलरेशन को कैलकुलेट कर लो, कितना आ रहा है? 6 by, okay, and this one is 4 newtons over here. So its equation, if I want to write again, 1g sine 37 plus normal n minus kinetic friction fk1 is equal to 1 into acceleration a. So this is 6 Newton, 6 plus n minus 4 is equal to 6 by 5. So this is basically 2 plus n is equal to 6 by 5, and n is equal to how much? uh, Still I'm getting negative only. It should not come as negative. There's some silly mistake happening over here. 4 into 2, 0.5 into 1, mu1, क्या क्या? हाँ, नहीं नहीं, ये सही है, मतलब कहीं, एक मिनट, एक्सेलरेशन की वैल्यू आ रही है। एक्सेलरेशन 54/15 कितना होता है? नहीं बे, ये अलग है। ये 54/50, 18 - 36 कितना हुआ? 90 - 36, 4। हाँ, सो 54/15 कितना हुआ? ये 3 × 1 = 3। हाँ, ये 18/5 होगा ना यार, ये 6/5 थोड़ी ना होगा। हाँ, तुम सही बोल रहे हो, 3.6 करेक्ट बोल रहे हो। हरिओम, तुम्हारा सही है। मैं फ्रैक्शन में देख रहा था, इट इज 18/5 मीटर पर सेकेंड। हाँ हाँ, सो दिस वन विल बी 2 + n इंटू, अरे सही है यार, फालतू का कैलकुलेशन मिस्टेक है। 1 × 18/what? 5। So 1 × 18/5. This is how much? Basically, you can now do the subtraction. N is equal to, simple, 18/5 minus 2. So basically, N is equal to how much? 8/5 newtons. Is that clear or not? That is my contact force. Is that clear or not? Are you able to get me? Clear or not clear? Correct. So what we are going to do? So today we are going to keep it till over here. We did so many concepts, chain and all. एक, दो, तीन, मतलब तीनों के different different parts we have completed. Now tomorrow last class of friction is there, where I'll come